So my EcoFlow River had to be sent back to the manufacturer, and I wasn't happy about how that whole situation went. I had an issue with my EcoFlow River. It would randomly, it did it 2 times. It would kind of flash onto 50 hertz and then it wouldn't take any power through the import via AC or solar. So just when I thought the saga was over, it's doing this again. I had intended to kind of show this journey of me going through the process of returning it. You can look at some of this footage now. So as much as I hate to do this, EcoFlow River is going back to EcoFlow. But that video can't come together essentially because EcoFlow kind of blew it. And then I have grace for them. You know what I mean? I'm not like highly upset with them. I'm just disappointed in the process because when you get a device, the last thing you want to do, the last thing you want to have to do is to send it back to the manufacturer, shipping it, waiting. And it's like, I'm just not a fan of that, which is why I like to buy a lot of stuff locally if I can. Amazon has kind of improved that, but Amazon doesn't allow exchanges for this particular device. So I hit up Amazon and I'm like, yo, can I just get an exchange? When I go to do that, exchange is not an option. So I got on the chat with the rep and I'm like, man, why isn't exchange an option? They were like, yeah, just with some manufacturers, it's not an option. We can return your money. And I'm like, I don't want my money back. And I opted to go through the manufacturer because I saved like 20 bucks on it. And like in hindsight, I should have just got my money back. So what I would have had to spend an extra like 30 bucks to get another one. I mean, that matters a lot to me. $30 is a lot of money in in respect to the cost of the overall device. So I don't even know if I would do it differently, honestly. I'm not sure. But anyway, the process is just taking forever. She got the label wrong the first time. They sent me the wrong label at first. I'm glad I didn't just zip out to get it back to them because it would have went to somebody's house. Then I tried to be clear about my desire to have my device back to me as soon as possible. I did not have the option to have it sent to me and then return the device. I don't know why companies don't do that. Well, I can imagine why, because of fraud and stuff like that. But I was willing to put a credit card on file. Like, just put my card on file. If I don't send it back, charge it. I don't care, whatever. So I expressed very clearly, like, I want to have it back as soon as possible. Is that possible? She was like, well, as soon as you ship it off through FedEx and I have the tracking number and I've confirmed that you sent it, I'll get one out to you. Mission accomplished. Now, she said, as soon as she gets the notification, she will send one out to me ASAP Rocky. Days go by. I don't hear anything from her. I follow up with her via email like, hey, what's going on? Why haven't I gotten an update? Why am I having to reach out to you for an update? Like, what are we doing here? She says, I'm so sorry. This is her second time having to apologize about something. I'm so sorry, but our system kind of changed. So the order that I put in was canceled and blah, blah, blah. And I have to send out another one. So I asked at some point, like, hey, since you guys have to send me something, remember, I had this fear of missing out, this buyer's remorse. I was like, is it possible for me to spend the difference to have a pro sent out to me? She was like, I'll ask my manager. Ultimately, her manager said, no, that's not an option. I'm like, man, what? I try to be reasonable, but I don't understand any reason for them not being able to do that. To be honest, I don't know if I would have did that. So I started to entertain the idea of seeing if I could get my money back, because ultimately my issue happened within the 30 days of me having my ability to return the device to Amazon. I opted not to because I was ultimately good with the device. So I thought it was like a fluke. I was like, well, I'll hold on to it to see what happens if it happens again. It didn't happen for another few days, maybe like 7 to 10 days. And then it happened again. And I ultimately had to take them up on the offer of shipping the device back to them. So I wasn't happy about that, man. So I feel like I missed out on getting the device that I should have gotten. So in the last few days or so, I reached out to her and I say, hey, I would like to have my money back. Is that an option? I'll reach out to Amazon to see what they say, or do I need to come through you guys? She totally ignored that message and she just hit me with the shipping thing. She was like, yeah, I got it out. Here's the tracking number. You can track it, blah, 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 blah. The dip is not going to be here until Thursday. That's the 29th. The issue happened on the 16th of this month. So it's been however many days that is. My original issue first happened like maybe about the 28th of last month. And my last day to be able to send the device back was like the 31st. So I was like right up against the edge of being able to return it to get my money back. And I don't know what I would have done in hindsight. I feel like I should have just got my money back. Moral of the story is save up the money. to get the device that you want. But here's the kicker though. We know LiFePO lasts for 1,000 to 2,000 cycles to 80%. At the end of the day, is it really all that bad to have a device that drops down 80% after 500 cycles? I mean, the device doesn't die. It'll keep working. What do y'all think? Is paying the extra money for LiFePO really worth it? I don't think I would ever buy a lithium ion power station unless it was a really great deal. I don't think I would ever do that. But am I being unreasonable and wanting to have the best bang for my buck as it relates to lithium iron phosphate?